When we talk about growing older, there is a core choice. Are we trying to look younger, or are we trying to actually live better? From a very early age, we are conditioned to view biological aging as an antagonist. We are taught to treat it as a negative process that has to be fought, stalled, or hidden away using whatever tools we have available. Mainstream culture reinforces this by tightly tying the word graceful to a lack of wrinkles, treating the preservation of a youthful exterior as the primary measure of success. But chasing that aesthetic extracts a high psychological cost. It sets up unrealistic expectations, leaving many older adults to navigate their later years carrying chronic anxiety over natural bodily changes. By pouring our energy into preserving a superficial shell, we often neglect the internal traits that actually sustain a high quality of life as the years pass. To move past these biases, major health organizations like the World Health Organization, NIH, and Mayo Clinic focus their evaluations on specific life-sustaining capabilities. This illustrates a shift in clinical focus. Rather than just managing the absence of disease, they track a core metric called functional ability. This metric measures the structural support required for later years, specifically maintaining physical independence and long-term emotional well-being. Embracing this metric does not mean a person will somehow bypass illness or avoid the inevitable physical realities of getting older. It means the true measure of aging successfully relies on adapting to life's disruptions while maintaining personal autonomy. Cultural metrics focused on appearance fail to capture this reality. Moving away from appearances and toward functional maintenance reveals that healthy aging is a biological and environmental system driven by our daily choices. To keep the body mobile and capable, this system requires a physical foundation of regular activity and a proactive approach to preventative healthcare. It also relies on physiological restoration, giving the body the specific materials it needs to repair itself through quality sleep and nourishing foods. But physical upkeep only covers half the clinical equation. The brain requires continuous cognitive engagement to maintain its sharpness over time. Routinely stimulating the mind and actively learning new skills builds neural reserves, offering direct cognitive benefits that help offset natural age-related decline. Then there is the social layer. The data consistently shows that maintaining close friendships and staying connected to a community acts as a protective health measure. Binding all of this together is emotional resilience, the psychological endurance required to sustain these physical, cognitive, and social habits through decades of life. When you view these interconnected layers together, it becomes clear that longevity relies on an active, daily practice of functional maintenance rather than a lucky roll of the genetic dice. To see how this framework operates in a real life, consider a woman named Margaret. At 82 years old, people frequently remark that she is aging gracefully, assuming the compliment refers to her appearance. But Margaret's internal timeline reveals a rougher terrain. She has navigated profound personal losses, serious health challenges, retirement, and massive shifts in her daily reality. Her response to those disruptions was intentional. She walked every day, volunteered in her community, and nurtured family and friends. She accepted that her body was changing, but she established a firm psychological boundary. She refused to let those changes define her identity or limit her curiosity. What people notice when they look at Margaret is her confidence, her resilience, and a deep sense of purpose that operates independent of her age. Her life demonstrates that strength stems from active engagement with adversity, shifting the focus from how she looks to how she continues to show up for the world. This checklist translates Margaret's approach to life into a practical framework, a daily guide focused on action over appearance. These choices are not about rigid attempts at biological perfection. They are built through simple, consistent habits practiced over the long term. The physical and social foundations involve moving your body every day, maintaining close friendships, and focusing on what you are capable of doing rather than what you cannot. The mental foundations require practicing daily gratitude, staying curious about your surroundings, and turning your attention toward new possibilities. Most importantly, this process requires practicing self-compassion and accepting inevitable change as the core mindset principles for navigating the years ahead. When we let go of the pressure to maintain a youthful aesthetic, we free up our energy to focus on the actual joy of living fully. The passage of time offers something an unlined face cannot provide. It grants us the years necessary to develop deep empathy, and a quiet understanding of the world. Aging is not something to fear. It is a privilege that allows us to gather wisdom, deepen relationships, and appreciate life in new ways. True grace is found in moving forward with strength, purpose, gratitude, and confidence, rather than attempting to turn back the clock. If healthy aging is built through small daily choices, what would an ideal day actually look like? In our next video, we'll explore a simple daily routine for healthy aging and bring together many of the habits that support longevity, independence, and well-being.
Remember, life after 50 isn't about slowing down. It's about living stronger, healthier, and happier. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. This is Longevity After 50, adding life to years, one step at a time.